Well, I thought that after what I believe to be a pretty good week number 39 of 260 minutes, week number 40 would have a bit more momentum behind it, but I banged my head against the desk all day today trying to work out the set. I'm just walking to the gig now. Part of the problem with was a couple of days in between. I know that's no excuses. I don't know what was up today. Just not my day for writing stuff. I'm going to go to the venue a bit early here, meet with my good friend Ian. Hopefully we can punch this up. I've got two premises that I think are going to be pretty good. We'll see how those go. Thank you all very, very much. We're going to start tonight. Last night I had a dream, surprise, and there was one takeaway from the dream, one thing that I remember. Somebody in the dream was talking about my acting ability, and they used this line. They said, "You act like women rape." And it's a little confusing. No matter what happens, though, I'm not a good actor. And I feel somewhat guilty about this, even though I was unconscious at the time. Like, it was a very weird thing to have happen. Like, that means I shouldn't act or I can't act. I don't really know what's going on. But I also am kind of mad at myself for not coming up with a better analogy for how bad of an actor I am. Because there's lots of better ones. I came up with a couple here today. Like, you act like Justin Bieber writes autobiographies. You act like David Hasselhoff eats cheeseburgers. You act like Kim Jong-un feeds his citizens. You act like Russell Crowe acts. Harsh things. I was at a liquor store a couple days ago because they had Bibles on sale. And I saw something that just stymied me. It was unbelievable. There was a couple that was having a bit of a conflict with the clerk because they had been double charged, but the liquor store thought they had refunded it 3 times, and the woman was very calmly looking on her phone, and the man was very calmly talking to the clerk. No louder than I am talking to you now, minus the microphone, obviously. I was all very civil, and I stared at this like I was Sam Neill in Jurassic Park looking at the Brontosaurus. Like, I lost feeling in my knees, I fell back, Hammond came down and was like, "Isn't it amazing?" And I was like, "Show me how you did it." And Jeff Goldblum came in for comedic relief. I swear to God, I thought that reason was extinct. Like, I had no idea that people could still act this way to other human beings. Because every time you see somebody, like, wronged in some way, they're just immediately at 110%, just like, "Fuck you!" And then they're like, the penny rounding down is going to be the biggest thing. I know there's going to be lots of, like, fist fights over that shit. Like, "It was $1.06, you owe me a penny." No, you don't understand. Oh, but I also knew a couple things about these people. I knew that they have never, ever left a Yelp review, ever in their life. Because they didn't once swear, they were very pleasant, it was amazing. Anonymity, it makes you just a fucking dick. Like, it is the worst. And the proof of that is the KKK. Like, they don't wear the hoods because they're slimming, even though the hoods are very slimming. Like, they pull the eye right up to where compassion should be. Like, right up in that area. Like, if you ever want to post something on the internet, just picture it coming from behind a white sheet and decide, is this okay? And if it's not, just delete it, it's fine. I actually the internet's just become that. I actually once met the inventor of the internet. Pardon me, the World Wide Web. This British guy. And I asked him about it. I was like, "Oh, how do you feel about the internet?" And he just got so sad. Like, he just kind of sunk down. It was like interviewing the parents of a mass murderer. They're like, "Are you proud of your boy?" "Well, when he was born, we had so much promise, and we thought he was going to change the world. Then he hit puberty and just fucked everything. But his high school girlfriend still blue-balled him, so he got all this anger, and now he's a neo-Nazi." That's the internet right there. Speaking of neo-Nazis, the Pope, that's a good pose. I like when just put my hand right there. That's great, yeah, that's good. That's my best side, the back of my hand. The Pope is retiring in a few weeks. The worst part of this for me is that means Dan Brown's probably going to write another shitty book. Can't wait to see another Tom Hanks vehicle. Yeah, it's going to be great. But for me, the Pope retiring doesn't affect my life for better or for worse. It doesn't impact me. Like, if you're religious, it probably impacts you, but if you think for yourself, you're probably going to be just fine. The part that kind of annoys me about religion is that they always tell you that, oh, Jesus died for your sins. And I'm like, I didn't ask him to do that. I had no vote at that point. It's like coming home one night and your girlfriend's like, I made you dinner, and you're like, I had plans. And she's like, I can't believe I did this for you, and then it's 2,000 years of no premarital sex. A couple of days ago, some friends and I, we made a Harlem Shake video. Yeah, if you don't know what that is, that's fine. Nobody will know what that is in about 3 hours. The basic premise of a Harlem Shake video is that there's two normal people doing normal things. Somebody enters dancing non-normally. A few seconds later, everybody's dancing not normally. And then it's over. If you in your head are thinking, so what, that means you've made a lot of good life choices. Makes perfect sense. We made this thing, and we had to take it down because we had a company logo in it. And we got kind of we got kind of in trouble for it. And I don't want to mention the company by name because they have lawyers, and I really want to dodge a lawsuit. And what surprises me about this is that they will spend millions of dollars to have their logo seen at like a hockey game, but when they see it for free online, they're like, oh fuck, we didn't approve this. And you know what? Fuck it, I'm taking a stand. I mean, some will say that I'm intrepid or cavalier, but I think that they could stand to really raise the caliber of their company. I don't want to ram this down your throat, but I mean, we're going to take a journey and put it up in neon lights. I think that they would want to see like a caravan of their product out there in front of people. I think it would elevate them to a new level of recognition. Durango. Good night. That are the worst people. They're like, oh, I hit on his girlfriend for an hour, then he punched me in the eye. It's like, good. He's showing his girlfriend he's going to be a good dad. Well, I am really happy with how week 40 of 260 Minutes went, mostly because I was thinking it wouldn't go anywhere near that well, so the shift in expectation really brightened my day. I like a lot of that stuff. Ian Wallace was the friend that I was meeting here, and he added so much to it, and I really appreciate when I can write with somebody that I like and is very funny. I think that the stuff about having to do that Harlem Shake video can stick around. It'll need new context, obviously, once the Harlem Shake thing is passed on, but I can find something and some reason to do that and contrive it somehow. And I also like the stuff about about me seeing the couple. I like that just because it's kind of how I felt at the time, and I like that I was able to talk about that on stage. So I think a lot of that's going to stick around, and all in all, I'm pretty happy with week number 40.